welcome back to the channel. This is Carrie with Women Off Grid with Dog, and today I have picked some dandelions and I am going to process these and make some dandelion jelly. It's fun to make, it's easy to make, and to me it tastes like sunshine. So it's always like I wait for dandelions to come out so I can try to use them for something. I don't pick them all, of course, because we want to leave some for the bees and the bugs and the birds. But so I found a person that lives not too far from here, probably about a couple miles, has a camp that they don't stay in all the time, and their yard was full of dandelions, like almost the whole entire yard. So I texted them and asked if they mind if I pick some of their dandelions. So I went up there and of course I left plenty, but I picked a bunch. So I'll show you how to process them and what you need to do to make jelly. A lot of people think dandelions are just a weed and they're a nuisance, but dandelions actually have a lot of properties. They have vitamins A, C, and K. They can be used for like anti-inflammatory. There's lots of benefits. You'd have to look it up, and of course you do your own research and decide what you want to do with them. But to make jelly, it's just for fun, and it does taste really good. So I'm just gonna take the dandelions. I have 2 jars like this. I'll probably only need 1 jar, but I grabbed down 2 just in case. And you don't have to do it in a jar. You can do it in any container. But what we need to do is we need to take each dandelion and get the green part off. You don't want to have this green part in with your stuff because the green part is bitter, you know, the top here. So we just want the dandelion petals. So what I usually do, because you can try to cut it, but a lot of times I'll just roll it in between my fingers like this, and it'll help pop off the green part. It's hard to do it holding up, it's kind of awkward. I need to move my camera down. But if you keep kind of rolling it back and forth, or like I said, you can get the scissors and cut it, but you roll it enough times it softens it up where you can pull off the dandelion petals itself, or sometimes they'll just pop out. But as you can see, and I'm just going to throw them in this jar, and then after you get all the petals processed and you get them in the jar, you're going to add boiling water to the jar or container, whatever you decide to use, and you're going to let them sit for 24 hours and almost make like a tea. And then what you'll do the next day before you go to make the jelly is you'll strain out all the petals, and you will then make the jelly with what's left over in the jar, you know, just the liquid part. So I'm going to work on getting all these taken apart and in the jar, and then I'll show you what it looks like once you fill it up with water. And what's really neat with this jelly is, I mean, it always turns out a little different depending on the dandelions, but the jelly turns out to be a really pretty yellow color. And I just think it looks like sun, it tastes like sun, and it brings us out of winter and into spring and summer, which is always lovely. So I'm not gonna torture you and make you watch me pick all these apart, but like I said, I'll get the jar filled up and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I have my 2 jars filled with the dandelion petals. I actually had 2 jars worth. I didn't know if I had picked enough, but I did. So now I'm gonna go turn the teapot on and boil some water, and I'm gonna fill these up with water and put the lid on and let them sit for 24 hours to tomorrow night. So once I get them filled with water and the lid's on, I'll be back. So the jars have been sitting for about 24 hours. So you can see the liquid in there is nice and yellow. So now I'm gonna strain all the liquid out into this measuring cup, and then we'll start making the jelly. I got the jars ready already. They're already been boiled and sanitized. So I'm gonna put all the ingredients in here, and then we'll go from there. So now I have about 8 cups of the dandelion like tea mixture, 6 cups of sugar, 2 things of the Sure Gel, and 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. And now I just got to bring it to a boil and let it boil for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then it should make a foam on top, and we'll I'll skim the foam and then put it in the jars and then get it in the water bath canner over here. I already have the water in here heating up because we're putting hot jars into the canner, so we want to make sure the water is hot because you don't want your glasses to crack. So once I get this to a boil for 1 to 2 minutes, we'll be ready to start moving it into the jars. It just started boiling, so you can see how the foam is forming on the top. So once, I think it has about another minute left, and once it's done boiling, I'll turn off the heat, skim off that foam, and then start filling the jars. That's what it looks like once all the, well, most of the foam is off. You can see it's a nice yellow orangey color. So I'm going to fill the jars. I'll show you what they look like once they're all filled. All right, so all of my jars are filled. I was able to fill 12 jars. So I'm just going to wipe off the tops, put the lids on finger tight, and get them in the water bath canner. All right, I got all the lids on and I got them in the pot. I'm going to drop them down into the water and make sure there's at least a couple inches of water above the jars. You want them completely covered by a couple inches of water. Oh yeah, that looks good. We got about 2 or 3 inches above the jars. So now I'm going to bring this to a boil. And once it starts boiling, they need to process for 10 minutes. And then we can take them out. They just finished processing, and I'm going to take them out and set them on the counter to cool off. You see how pretty the yellow is? There they are. They're all out and still bubbling, so they'll sit on the counter overnight and tomorrow. And I'll check them tomorrow to make sure they all sealed. And I'll finish up the video tomorrow. But as you can see, the jelly is a very pretty yellow, almost a little orange color. So it's perfect for spring and summer. So the jelly is all made and labeled. I already ate some. It was delicious. I had to open the jar as soon as it was done. But so yeah, I hope you had fun watching me make some dandelion jelly. It's always nice to make something out of something that we forage or pick. So, and I would like to find a patch of violets somewhere, because one of my friends was talking about violet jelly, and I'd like to try to make that, but I haven't found a big enough patch of violets yet. I'm going to keep walking and seeing if I can find any and get that done. But I hope everyone's having a great week. It's been really rainy here. I've been away. I haven't made a video for a little while because I was, it was my birthday. My mom came up for a little bit, and it's just been really rainy, so it's hard to make videos with bad weather. And I was just kind of taking a break. But so yeah, but this one is finished now. It's been a few days since I made the jelly, and I just had to finish the video. So yeah, so I hope everyone's doing great. I hope you're having good weather. It's going to be Memorial Day soon. So if I don't make another video before then, I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day. And I'm just sitting out here with Tank. It's a little chilly today. It's not raining though, so I'm not upset. And I'll show you, I have a little fire pit here going, trying to keep me a little warm. I think it was like 45 earlier. I think it might have warmed up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm still going to enjoy the outdoors. And yeah, so I hope everyone has a great week. Enjoy every day to the fullest. Respect nature. And I'll show you Tanky. He's over here laying on his bed so he can say his goodbyes. Tanky, you want to say bye to everyone? Are you sleeping? We just got back from taking a pretty long walk, so I think he's a little tired now. And he's been grumpy about the rainy weather. But at least it's not raining today, Tanky. Well, Tank says his highs and byes along with me, and I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.